Hello everyone, welcome to Easy English for Everyone. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like and share to receive the latest videos. Now let's study together.
Hello everyone. Welcome to a story about a very exciting place, the Office of Surprises. Many people don't know it, but this office is full of amazing adventures. Our story is about a clever octopus named Ollie. Ollie didn't live in the ocean like most octopuses. He lived in a big, tall building made of shiny glass. This building was an office, but not just any office. The office had desks and chairs, computers and telephones, and many busy people working hard. But in one corner of the office, there was a big, blue water tank. And in that water tank lived Ollie. Ollie's job was very important. Because he had 8 arms, he could do many things at once. He could type on the computer, answer the phone, and even carry papers, all at the same time. But Ollie's job wasn't always simple. Some days were full of surprises. Once, a school of fish swam through the office carrying important documents. Another time, Ollie's boss needed a report, but the paper was stuck inside a crab's shell. Could Ollie use his clever mind and all 8 arms to solve these problems? Could he keep the office running smoothly? Let's find out about Ollie's amazing office adventure. We will read his story in chapters. Each chapter will be short and easy to understand. We will learn new words and see how Ollie faces new challenges and exciting surprises. Are you ready? Let's begin. Chapter 1. A very special office worker. Once upon a time, in a big, tall building made of shiny glass, there was a very special office. This office wasn't like other offices. It had desks and chairs, computers and telephones, but it also had a big, blue water tank in the corner. And in that water tank lived Ollie. Ollie was an octopus. Yes, you heard right. An octopus who worked in an office. He wasn't just any octopus. He was a very friendly and helpful octopus with 8 wiggly arms and big, curious eyes. Every morning, when the sun peeked over the buildings, Ollie would wake up in his cozy water tank. He would stretch all his 8 arms and yawn a bubbly yawn. Then, he would get ready for his busy day at the Happy Helper office. Ollie's job was very important. He helped everyone in the office with their tasks. Because he had 8 arms, he could do many things at once. He could type on the computer, answer the phone, and even carry papers all at the same time. His boss was a big, fluffy walrus named Mr. Grumbles. Mr. Grumbles looked a little grumpy sometimes, but he had a very kind heart. He was very happy to have Ollie working for him because Ollie was a very hard worker. Ollie also had a best friend in the office. Her name was Penny, and she was a cheerful penguin. Penny worked at the front desk, greeting everyone with a smile and a friendly hello. The Happy Helper office was a very fun place to work, especially with Ollie around. Let's see what a typical day looked like for our amazing octopus friend. Chapter 2. Morning Fun and a Little Oops. The first thing Ollie did after waking up was to have his breakfast. His favorite breakfast was yummy seaweed and tiny little shrimps. He would gobble them up quickly, making happy slurping sounds. After breakfast, it was time for Ollie to get to his desk. His desk was right next to his water tank. He would carefully climb out of the tank, his 8 arms helping him move. Sometimes, he would leave little wet footprints on the floor, but the friendly cleaning lady, Mrs. Hippo, didn't mind. She always smiled and said, "Good morning, Ollie. Ready for another busy day?" Ollie would then sit in his special octopus chair. It was a big, soft chair with extra space for all his arms. He would turn on his computer with one of his tentacles. Typing was easy for Ollie because he could use many fingers at once. One morning, Mr. Grumbles came to Ollie's desk with a big stack of papers. "Good morning, Ollie," he grumbled in his deep voice. "These papers need to be sorted and put into different folders. Can you help me with that?" "Of course, Mr. Grumbles," Ollie said happily. He loved helping. He took the papers with all 8 of his arms. But oops, because he had so many arms, he accidentally bumped into a tall stack of books on his desk. The books tumbled down with a loud thud. They fell all over the floor. Mr. Grumbles jumped a little. Ollie felt a little embarrassed. "Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Grumbles," he said, his face turning a little pink. Mr. Grumbles sighed, but then he saw Ollie's worried face. He chuckled a little. "It's all right, Ollie," he said. "Accidents happen. Let's pick them up together." So Ollie and Mr. Grumbles worked together to pick up all the books. Ollie used 4 of his arms to hold the papers and the other 4 to pick up the books. They put the books back on the desk, this time a little more carefully. Mr. Grumbles smiled a small smile. "Thank you, Ollie. You're a great help, even if you sometimes have a little too much enthusiasm with all those arms." Ollie giggled. He loved having 8 arms, even if they sometimes got in the way. Chapter 3. The Mystery of the Missing Stapler. After sorting the papers, Ollie had another important task. Penny at the front desk needed a stapler. She had looked everywhere, but she couldn't find it. "Ollie, can you help me find the stapler?" Penny asked, her penguin face looking a little worried. "I need to staple these important letters." Ollie loved solving mysteries. "Don't worry, Penny. I will find the missing stapler," he said with determination. He used his 8 arms to search all over Penny's desk. He looked under the papers, behind the computer, and even inside the drawers. But the stapler was nowhere to be found. Ollie said, tapping one of his tentacles on his chin, or where his chin would be if he had one. This is a tricky one. He decided to ask for help from the other office workers. First, he went to see Mr. Lion, who worked in the marketing department. Mr. Lion was very busy drawing colorful posters. "Excuse me, Mr. Lion," Ollie said politely. "Have you seen a stapler? Penny needs it for some important letters." Mr. Lion looked up from his drawing. "A stapler? No, I haven't seen it, Ollie. Maybe it rolled under someone's desk." That was a good idea. Ollie thanked Mr. Lion and went to search under the desks. He wiggled his flexible body and long arms under the tables, looking in every nook and cranny. He found a lost pin, a dropped cookie, and even a fluffy dust bunny, but no stapler. Next, Ollie went to see Mrs. Elephant, who worked in the accounting department. Mrs. Elephant was very organized and had lots of stationery on her big desk. "Mrs. Elephant," Ollie asked, "have you seen a missing stapler?" Mrs. Elephant thought for a moment, her trunk swaying gently. "A stapler? I think I saw something shiny near the coffee machine earlier." The coffee machine. That was a good place to check. Ollie quickly made his way to the small kitchen area where the coffee machine was. He looked around carefully, and there it was. The shiny red stapler was lying on the counter next to a spilled cup of coffee. "I found it," Ollie shouted happily. He carefully picked up the stapler with one of his tentacles and rushed back to Penny at the front desk. "Penny, I found the stapler," Ollie said, holding it out to her. Penny's face lit up with a big smile. "Oh, Ollie, you're a lifesaver. Thank you so much." She took the stapler and quickly stapled her letters. "You're welcome, Penny," Ollie said, feeling proud that he had solved the mystery of the missing stapler. Chapter 4. The Talking Copy Machine. After the stapler adventure, Ollie had another important job to do. Mr. Grumbles needed some documents copied. "Ollie," Mr. Grumbles said, handing him a stack of papers. "Can you make 10 copies of each of these, please?" "Sure thing, Mr. Grumbles," Ollie said. He took the papers and went to the copy machine. The copy machine in the Happy Helper office was a big, gray machine with lots of buttons. It usually made a loud, whirring sound when it was working, but today, it seemed a little strange. Ollie put the papers in the machine and pressed the button to make 10 copies. The machine started to whir, but then it made a funny noise. Beep boop, zzz. "Hello," Ollie jumped back in surprise. Did the copy machine just talk? He looked around to see if anyone else had heard it, but he was alone in the small room with the copy machine. Hello, Ollie said hesitantly. Yes, hello. The copy machine replied in a squeaky voice. It's me, Copy. I don't feel very well today. Ollie had never heard a copy machine talk before. He was very surprised, but also a little worried. What's wrong, Copy? He asked. Oh, I have a terrible paper jam, Copy said sadly. I can't copy anything with all this paper stuck inside me. Ollie felt sorry for the talking copy machine. He knew how important it was to have a working copy machine in the office. Don't worry, Copy, Ollie said. I'll help you. Ollie carefully opened the front of the copy machine. He could see lots of crumpled pieces of paper stuck inside. He gently tried to pull them out with his tentacles, but they were stuck tight. Ouch. Be careful, Copy squeaked. Those papers are really stuck. Ollie thought for a moment. He needed to be gentle but also firm. He used two of his stronger arms to carefully pull out the jammed papers, one by one. It took a little while, but finally, all the crumpled papers were out. Oh, thank you, Ollie, Copy said happily. I feel much better now. Ollie closed the front of the copy machine. You're welcome, Copy, he said. Now, let's see if you can make copies again. He put the papers back in the machine and pressed the button. This time, the machine whirred smoothly and perfect copies started to come out. Hooray! Ollie cheered. You're working again. Yes. Thank you, my eight-armed friend, Copy said gratefully. You're the best helper ever. Ollie smiled. He was happy that he could help Copy. It was not every day that you gotta help a talking copy machine. Chapter 5. Lunchtime Fun and a Sticky Situation. When it was lunchtime, everyone in the Happy Helper office went to the break room to eat their lunch. Ollie carefully made his way back to his water tank for his special octopus lunch. Today, he had a delicious salad of seaweed, tiny crabs, and his favorite, crunchy little sea snails. While Ollie was enjoying his lunch, Penny the penguin came to visit him. She sat on a little stool next to his tank. Hi, Ollie, Penny said cheerfully. What are you having for lunch? Hello, Penny, Ollie replied, munching on a sea snail. I'm having a yummy seaweed salad. Would you like to try some? Penny giggled. No, thank you, Ollie. Penguins prefer fish, but it looks delicious. They chatted about their morning and all the funny things that had happened. Ollie told Penny about the talking copy machine, and Penny couldn't stop laughing. Suddenly, Mr. Grumbles came into the break room. He was carrying a big sandwich. Ollie, Penny, he said, I have a little problem. What is it, Mr. Grumbles? Ollie asked. I accidentally spilled some sticky jam on my desk, Mr. Grumbles said, looking a little grumpy. And now my papers are all stuck together. Can you help me? Ollie and Penny looked at each other. This sounded like a sticky situation. Of course, Mr. Grumbles. We'll help you, Ollie said. They all went back to Mr. Grumbles' office. His desk was indeed very sticky. There was a big puddle of red jam, and all his important papers were stuck together. Oh dear, Penny said. This is quite a mess. Ollie thought for a moment. He knew that water could wash away sticky things, but he couldn't just pour water all over Mr. Grumbles' desk. Then he had an idea. He quickly went back to his water tank and filled a small bucket with clean water. He carefully carried it back to Mr. Grumbles' office with two of his arms. Mr. Grumbles, Ollie said, do you have a clean cloth? Mr. Grumbles found a clean cloth in his drawer. Ollie dipped the cloth in the water and gently started to wipe the sticky jam from the desk. Penny helped by carefully separating the stuck papers. It took a little while, but with Ollie's careful wiping and Penny's gentle pulling, they managed to clean up all the jam and separate the papers. Mr. Grumbles looked at his clean desk and his unstuck papers. He smiled a big, walrus smile. Thank you so much, Ollie and Penny, he said. You are both such wonderful helpers. Ollie and Penny felt happy that they could help Mr. Grumbles. Even sticky situations could be solved with a little teamwork. Chapter 6: The Afternoon Adventure of the Lost Toy. After lunch, the office was usually a little quieter. Some people were still working on their computers, and others were having a quiet chat. Suddenly, they heard a little sob coming from the corner of the office. It was Timmy, Mr. Lion's young son, who was visiting the office with his dad. "What's wrong, Timmy?" Penny asked kindly, going over to him. Timmy was holding his hands over his eyes. "I can't find my toy," he cried. "I lost my favorite toy airplane." Ollie and Penny felt sorry for Timmy. Losing a favorite toy was never fun. "Don't worry, Timmy," Ollie said. "We'll help you find it." Ollie and Penny started to search for the lost toy airplane. They looked under the chairs, behind the plants, and even inside the waste paper baskets. But the airplane was nowhere to be seen. Where could it be? Timmy sniffled. Ollie used his 8 eyes to look everywhere. He even stretched his long arms to look in places that were hard to reach. Then, Ollie had an idea. He remembered seeing Timmy playing near the big filing cabinets earlier. Maybe the airplane had fallen behind them. Ollie carefully moved one of the filing cabinets a little bit. And there it was. A small, blue toy airplane was lying on the floor behind a cabinet. "Timmy, look," Ollie said, holding up the airplane with one of his tentacles. Timmy's eyes widened with happiness. "My airplane," he shouted. He ran over and took his toy. "Thank you, Ollie." "Thank you, Penny." He hugged his toy airplane tightly. Mr. Lion came over and smiled. "Thank you so much for finding Timmy's airplane, Ollie and Penny. You're both so kind." Ollie and Penny smiled. They were happy that they could make Timmy feel better. It felt good to help others, even with small things like finding a lost toy. Chapter 7: Time to go home and a special surprise. As the afternoon went on, Ollie helped Mr. Grumbles with some more paperwork, answered a few phone calls with his extra arms, and even helped Mrs. Hippo water the office plants. Finally, the clock on the wall showed it was time to go home. Ollie felt a little tired, but also very happy. It had been a busy and fun day at the Happy Helper office. He said goodbye to Penny, who was getting ready to go home too. "Bye, Ollie. See you tomorrow," she chirped. "Bye, Penny. Have a good evening," Ollie replied. He carefully climbed back into his water tank, feeling the cool water around his body. It felt very relaxing after a long day. Mr. Grumbles came to say goodbye to Ollie before leaving for the day. "Good night, Ollie," he said, a small smile on his face. "Thank you for all your hard work today. You're a very special office worker." "Good night, Mr. Grumbles," Ollie said happily. He loved hearing that he was a good helper. As Mr. Grumbles turned to leave, he stopped and looked back at Ollie. "Oh, and Ollie," he said, "I almost forgot. There's a little surprise for you." "A surprise?" Ollie asked, his eyes wide with curiosity. Mr. Grumbles reached into his bag and pulled out a big, juicy piece of his favorite treat, a delicious, crunchy crab. Ollie's eyes lit up. "Wow, thank you, Mr. Grumbles," he said, feeling very happy. Mr. Grumbles chuckled. "You deserve it, Ollie. You were a great helper today." Ollie watched as Mr. Grumbles left the office. Then he happily munched on his delicious crab, feeling very grateful for his amazing day at the Happy Helper office. As the sun started to set outside the big, glass building, Ollie snuggled down in his water tank, ready for a good night's sleep. He thought about all the fun and exciting things that had happened during the day. Finding the missing stapler, helping the talking copy machine, cleaning up the sticky jam, finding Timmy's lost airplane, and getting a special treat from Mr. Grumbles. Working in an office was certainly an adventure, especially when you were a friendly and helpful octopus named Ollie. He closed his eyes, dreaming of more fun and exciting days to come at the Happy Helper office. And who knows what amazing things tomorrow would bring. Maybe a visit from a friendly whale, or perhaps a treasure hunt for a lost paperclip. Whatever it was, Ollie knew he would be ready to help with all 8 of his wiggly arms and his big, curious heart.